number 21, Brandon Wolf. At tight end, number 22, Marquand Weezen. At fullback, number 23, Dylan Bill. At fullback, number 31, Brandon Anthony. Another back, number 33, Trent Waltenberg. At guard, number 55, Carson Allison. The other guard, number 62, Brandon Spice. At tackle, number 64, Evan Broder. At tackle, number 69, Adrian Rodriguez. And finally, the last lineman, number 75, Cole Caberly. The papermakers are under the direction of Paul Reedhair and his assistants, Randy Beek, Mike Dillon, John Kakolka, Mark Tunnell, Pat Waltenberg, and Sean Woods.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to week number 9 of this high school football season. Regular season ends tonight. Nekoosa at home at last. They'll take on the Adams Friendship Green Devils in South Central Conference football action. My name is Tom Kirst, along with me, the lovely and talented Nita Kirst, and we are sure glad you could join us for this game. Our thanks, as always, goes out to Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, led by Mr. Tom Lokes and his fine staff. They help us make telecasts of Nekoosa high school sports possible. Well, Nekoosa may only have 2 wins, make that one official win in the conference this year. That a win over Wisconsin Dells. But because of Westfield not playing this year in the forfeit, officially Nekoosa 2-2, which means a win tonight would finish the season for them at 3-2, and they would be in the Wisconsin Athletic Association playoffs, which begin next Friday night. So a big game for Nekoosa. Their opponent, Wisconsin Dells, make that Adams Friendship. The Green Devils have not won yet on the field this year. They do own 1 win on paper, though. Again, that forfeit against Mauston, against Westfield. Beautiful night for football. It's homecoming here in Nekoosa, and it's also parents' night. So all kinds of good things coming on. The weather was not good during the day. A lot of rain in the afternoon, but that stopped about 2 hours ago. And it's not a bad night for football. Field's a little wet, but at least it's not raining like it was last week down in Laconia. Good coverage on the kickoff as number 62, Brandon Spice, puts down the return man. And Adams Friendship is going to start out, I'd say at about their own 22-yard line. So officially, Nekoosa 3-6 on the year, 2-2 in conference play. Wisconsin, Adams Friendship. Well, I got to get Wisconsin Dells out of my brain tonight, don't I? Adams Friendship 1-8 on the year and 1-3 in conference play. Wisconsin Dells, Adams Friendship shows the shotgun formation to begin the night. They are led by quarterback Cole Lamont. Lamont has thrown for nearly 1,000 yards on the season and 10 touchdowns. On the flip side of that, Lamont has thrown 8 interceptions in the 8 ball games that the Green Devils have played. On the ground, their go-to man is Tim Hearns. He's rushed for over 500 yards on the season.
That was an offside penalty.
So the offside penalty on Adams Friendship makes it 1st and 15 from the 18. Lamont, again, from the shotgun. Pitches it. And a good run down the sideline by number 10, A.J. Blazik.
Brought down by Dylan Bill.
He's got first down yardage on the carrier. Takes it from the 18 out to the 34, 16 yards for Blazik. Nekoosa's given up a lot of points on the season. There's just no doubt about that. 308 points this defense has yielded thus far this season. That's through 8 ball games. You got to tighten up a bit tonight, and Adams Friendship appears to be a team that's improving as the season goes on. Again from the shotgun. Blasek drops the football this time, and he's brought down by Brandon Wolf for loss. I don't think you can blame that one on the weather. That was just a miscue between the quarterback and the running back. So again, Adams Friendship in a bit of a hole. 2nd down and 14, the ball resting at about the 30-yard line. They send 2 receivers left, 1 right. Blasek, the only running back behind the quarterback, Lamont. A little lob, and that falls incomplete. Intended for Hunter Smith. Lamont didn't put much on that ball, just tried to loop it over the line. And a little too far out in front of Smith. So 3rd down rolls around now for the Green Devils. Adams Friendship has a season this year just flipped from last season. Green Devils were 9-0 on the regular season last year. And as I mentioned before, they're 0-8 coming into this ball game tonight. Lamont swings it, and Blasek couldn't get there. And Brandon Wolf with good coverage. And the punt team's going to come on for the Green Devils. Wisconsin Dells had Adams Friendship had if I say Wisconsin Dells one more time tonight, just give me the elbow. Adams Friendship had a couple of exceptional athletes last year, senior athletes. One was Joe Duty, and I can't remember the name of the other. Well, they were a dynamic duo, not only in football, but also in basketball. A high, short punt heading toward the sidelines. It's going to kick out of bounds before midfield. So about 17 yards on the punt. I can't tell if that's number 8 punting the ball or number 6 from this distance. Of course, 6 would be Lamont, the quarterback. Anyway, Nekoosa on offense for the first time tonight. Kyle Olson, quarterbacking his last ball game here at Holland Field. Both Kyle and twin Jace are seniors this season. And Nekoosa may get into the playoffs, but they will not get a home game. As a matter of fact, if they do get in the playoffs, they'll be playing a very tough opponent on the road next Friday. Waltenberg back in the lineup tonight. And a little surprise there is Jace Olson. Lines up in the backfield as well. And Jace, we haven't really seen on offense all season, picked up about a yard. Braden Quinnell on the stop. So Olson out. Make that Jace Olson out. Marquand Wiesen also out of the ball game now. Marquand suffered a head injury a few weeks back and hasn't seen action since, and I doubt if we're going to see much of him tonight. Kyle Olson down the field, and that ball is picked. Nice play. Olson put it up for grad, and Tegan Kotlowski made a good play on the sideline, got the foot down, and the turnover gives it right back to the Green Devils. So Nekoosa wastes a great opportunity there. Very good field position. And after 2 plays, they turn the football over. So now it's the Green Devils back on the field. And again from the shotgun with a single back behind the quarterback. 3 receivers split right. They run that way. Good yardage for Blasek.
Brandon Wolf brings down A.J. Blazek.
Now we're going to say Blasek, which I think probably is right. Brandon Wolf on the stop. Gain of about 4. And Nekoosa's been hit with some injuries. Last week, Wiesen did not play. Waltenberg did not play. Doherty did not play. And I think I'm missing one other. papermaker that didn't get a chance down at Rosendale. They run the ball on second down. Brandon Wolf? No, that's Brandon Splice, I think. Came up with a good pop on the ball carrier after a short gain.
Hit by Brandon Spice.
Maybe 2 by Blasek. So Blasek looks like he's the go-to guy, which really surprises me because I don't even see Blasek in the stats that are posted on wisports.net for Adams Friendship. Again, Hearns was their leading ball carrier, according to those stats. Another whistle out there. Officials talk it over. It's going to be a legal substitution on Adams Friendship. Evidently, too many players in the huddle. You know, I used to be able to get away with that type of thing. You could have 13 in the huddle. It didn't matter, as long as 2 of them got off before the play started. Third down now and about 8. Ball resting at the 26-yard line. Lamont. Little slant. Good throw, good catch. As number 23, Tegan Kudlowski, a man who had the interception a few minutes ago, now picks up a first down offensively. 22 yards on the throw. Adams Friendship with their second first down of this first quarter, which still has 8 minutes and 20 seconds to play. 2 receivers split far right. Man in motion. Single running back behind the quarterback. Blasek gets the football and takes it to midfield. Cole Caberly in on the stop, along with Brandon Spice. Gain of about 2.
Blasek brought down by Caberly and Spice.
Adams Friendship, by the way, last year, I mentioned they were 9-0 in the regular season. Laid an egg in their first tournament ball game last year. They got beat by Wrightstown, 22-20 on home. Lamont still has it. Had a receiver, but overthrew him. 37, Kyle Livingston, I presume, the intended receiver. And again, Adams Friendship facing a 3rd and long. They've been pretty good 3rd and long tonight. As they've suffered through a couple of penalties, a fumble, but have managed to move the football. Again, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Wingback on both sides. Empty backfield behind the quarterback, Lamont. Lamont lost the football. It's on the ground. And I believe Trent Waltenberg came up with it for Nekoosa. He did. So Nekoosa catches a break.
Fumble recovered by Trent
As the second fumble of the night by the Green Devils turns into a turnover. Lamont had a little indecision that time, but the real cause of that turnover was that the ball just sort of slipped out of his hands. Slipped out of his hands over the top of his helmet. And Waltenberg making a good play. 1st and 10, Nekoosa now from the 32. To the ground, that's Trent Waltenberg. No, that's Dylan Bills, excuse me. And Dylan fights his way inside the 30.
Dylan Bills brought down by Daniel.
I think I'm going to mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's Bills' first carry on the night. Dylan, the leading ball carrier for Nekoosa. 100 attempts, 619 yards on the season, and 6 touchdowns. Second and 7, Waltenberg. Takes it straight ahead, does a good job of making the 25.
Trent Waltenberg on the reception.
It's about 5 yards on the play, and we have an Adams Friendship player down. 6:39 to play.
Official time.
First quarter, no score. So the Adams Friendship player is being escorted or helped off the field right now. And we're about ready for football again. Nekoosa with a big third down play here. They're on the 25-yard line of Adams Friendship, 3rd and 2. 2 backs behind the quarterback, Olson. Bills gets it, makes a good cut, and another good move downfield as he avoided big number 79.
Dylan Bill. Tackled by Nicholas Engel.
Colin Bay, 6'3", 315, had him in the hole. But Bills avoided him. Picked up another 5 yards down to the 20. First down, Nekoosa. The crowd looked a little thin tonight when we first started the ball game, but now that I look in the bleachers, it looks pretty darn good. Community doing a good job of supporting the school here tonight. Of course, it's parents' night. And of course, homecoming brings out a few more too. We had a chance to enjoy the parade yesterday. So Nekoosa called for the 5-yard procedure or offside penalty. We collected our share of candy yesterday at the parade. And I learned today that the Nekoosa United Church of Christ won again for their community float. I think that's like 3 years in a row. For Pastor Tim Miller and the folks at Nekoosa UCC. Again, Nekoosa is going to take a 5-yard hit. I don't know if someone's lining up offside or what. I think they're pointing at Wolf right now. But that is strange. So those aren't even procedure penalties. Those are just penalties where you come up to the line of scrimmage and line up past the ball. Real mental stuff there. Now it's 1st and 20 from the 30. Dylan Bills gets 5 of it back.
Dylan Bill tripped up by
Off the left
Engel.
side. No wind tonight to speak of. Quite an improvement, Nita, over last week when you were buried underneath a sheet and...
Sheet of plastic.
Sheet of plastic, of course, yes. Waltenberg got outside, put his head down, picked up a couple maybe. So the penalty's really hurting Nekoosa here. Without those penalties, it'd be a manageable 3rd down right now. But because of those 2 offside penalties, it's going to be 3rd down and 12. The ball resting at about the 23-yard line. Kyle Olson came over to the bench, got to talk to head coach Paul Liebherr, and he takes the play back out for the Papermakers. Adams Friendship, by the way, coached by Mr. Nick Storman. 3rd and 12. Olson dumped it off. Bills down the sidelines. Dylan Bills scores. How about that, huh? Dylan Bills looked like he was going to go down short of the 1st down even. But instead, he takes the pass from Kyle Olson and takes it 22 yards into the end zone. Nekoosa on the board first tonight. They lead 6-0 with 4:15 to play here in the opening period. That's always good to get on the board first, right? Jace Olson on. He'll attempt the extra point. Trent Waltenberg will be the holder. And Kyle shows a good leg. Make that Jace shows a good leg. as he pops it through. 4:15 to play now. First quarter, it's Nekoosa 7 and Adams Friendship nothing. So Jace Olson has it teed up, and he kicks it away. Short kick, taking it about the 25-yard line. And a good return, still on his feet, the return man. I believe that's number 27, Hunter Smith, on the return.
Hunter Smith with the return.
So Adams Friendship going to be starting in pretty good field position out at about their own 40-yard line.
The tackle was by Jace Loebner.
Jace Loebner in on the stop. See, that's why I had Jace Loebner on the mind there. I knew Jace was going to make that tackle. Again, the shotgun formation and the single back. Blasek, good hole left side. Jace Olson comes and puts him down rather hard, but not until Blasek picks up about 7 or 8. The Adams Friendship is doing a pretty good job opening up some holes against that Nekoosa defensive line. Nekoosa with a 4-man front and 3 linebackers defensively. 2nd and 4. Nothing this time. Big number 68, Logan Cleary, puts down the quarterback,
Cole Lamont with the carry.
Cole Lamont,
Tackle by Logan Cleary.
for no gain. Cole Lamont does not carry the football often, again, according to those WISports.net stats. Trying to surprise Nekoosa that time. 3rd down and a long 3 now for the Green Devils. Lamont fakes the handoff. Down the field, and incomplete intended for number 31, is that?
Kyle Livingston was the
No, it was Livingston, number 37. You know, Lamont had a man wide open, probably about 10 yards in front of Livingston on that same right side. He elected to go long. So look out here. What's Adams Friendship going to do here? I think Lamont is the punter. He's also the quarterback, of course. 4th and 3. Let's see what they do here. They lose the football. That's what happens. And Lamont running for his life. And a good play made by Trent Waltenberg to break up the pass.
pass broken up.
So I don't know if the plan was to go for it on 4th down or not, but the fumble forced Lamont to attempt to get that 1st down, and he darn near did. It was a good play by Waltenberg to break up that pass. So Nekoosa gets it again in Adams Friendship territory. 2:29 to play yet here in the quarter. And Nekoosa with the football at the AF 47. Everybody tight on 1st down. Nekoosa likes to throw out of a formation like that, but instead they run Trent Waltenberg left side. And Trent fights his way down inside the 40. Gain of about 7. Quinnell on the stop for the Devils. Now they mark it as a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and a long 4 now for Nekoosa. Kyle hands it off to Bills on the right side. Bills uses that stiff arm to ward off number 8, Daniel Emlyn Rains, and he picked up another 6-7 yards after that stiff arm. And of course that includes 1st down yardage for Nekoosa. So they move the chains. The ball marked at the 32-yard line. Fog's starting to roll in a bit here in Highland Field. It's that kind of day, that kind of night. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad.
Anthony.
Off the left side, Sawyer Niprath with a carry.
Sawyer Niprath.
Good yardage for Sawyer as he picks up a little over 5. We'll give him 6 on the carry. Nicely blocked by the left side of that Nekoosa line that time. As Sawyer downfield 2 or 3 yards before he was even touched by a guy in the white shirt. Brandon Wolf lines up wide right. Jace Loebner wide left. Waltenberg in the slot. Kyle dumps it off for Bills. Dylan heads it upfield and is brought down near a first down. Baines on the stop, the big guy hustling down the field. They're going to mark him about a yard short of the first down. So 3rd and 1 now for the guys in blue. Clock running down. We have about 10 seconds to play, but Nekoosa should get this play off. No, they won't. Nekoosa takes a timeout instead. Only 3 seconds to play in the quarter. But Nekoosa needs to talk over this big 3rd and 1 play coming up. As I mentioned, Nekoosa 2-2 officially in the conference this year. Win tonight will get them in the playoffs with a 3-2 mark. 2 undefeated teams right now in the South Central. Wautoma and Mawson both 4-0, and by golly, they play each other tonight at Wautoma. So I would think Wautoma's favored in that ball game, but you never know. Mawson's had a good year. Other teams in the South Central, Wisconsin Dells 2-3, and Adams Friendship 1-3 coming into action tonight. Wautoma's outscored their competition in conference games 126-14. That's why I'm thinking that they might have a leg up on Mawson. But then you look at Mawson too, and they've outscored their opponents royally too, also by a 101-30 margin. So that could be a good game down in Wautoma. Third down and 1 now for Nekoosa. Big play, everybody tight. 3 backs behind the quarterback. Looked like a little confusion, but I think that's the way the play was drawn up. They're going to fake the pitch one way, and then more or less little shuttle pass the other way. They didn't get much, but they got enough for the first down. So good execution by Nekoosa. And they are going to head into the 4th quarter with a 1st and 10 deep in Adams Friendship territory as the clock winds down. So we played 1. Our score from Holland Field, Nekoosa 7, Adams Friendship nothing. So Nekoosa, 1st and 10, ball at the 21-yard line. 1 receiver split wide right, that's Brandon Wolf. 1 left, that's Jace Loebner. They run the football, and Bills cannot get away from number 78 and number 79, Dustin Sussex and Colin Bays. Tell you, Colin Bays is a big guy, but he plays pretty well in that defensive line. Big nose tackle, I believe, lining up against Cole Caberly. Cole's got to stay low on him. 2nd and 9. Little inside trap. Works well for the Papermakers as Brandon Anthony rips through a big hole and has first down yardage all the way to the 10-yard line. So a gain of about 10.
Papermaker, first down.
And evidently it's 1st and goal. As the chain gang over there walking away, just letting the guy with the down marker take care of the rest of this. 1st and goal, the ball just inside the 10-yard line. Spread formation this time. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Olsen. Gonna keep it. Got a good block from Anthony.
Kyle Olsen with the carry.
And Kyle did manage to get down to about the 5-yard line.
With the tackle.
Boy, Brandon Anthony really did a little crackback block.
Gain of about 5. Second and
Just
goal.
barely got his head in front on the defensive man, but very good block. Without that, there was no gain on that play. Wide side of the field now to the right. Let's see if Nekoosa heads that way. They put their 2 receivers, Lobner and Wolf, both on the right side. And they run that way with Bills. Dillon trying to get outside, decides to turn it up, and it gets very close to the goal line, but he is short. I think I'm marking it at about the 1-yard line, maybe even inside the 1.
Quinnell in on the tackle.
And Quinnell again in on the stop for the Green Devils.
3rd and short.
Let's see if Kyle Olsen doesn't just keep the football this time. Little quarterback sneak action. Might do the trick. Of course, you got the big guy in the middle there. They run off tackle instead. That's Waltenberg, and Trent Waltenberg is in the end zone. Touchdown, Nekoosa.
Punched in by Trent Waltenberg.
A 1-yard run by Trent Waltenberg. It comes at the 10:04 mark of this second quarter. And Nekoosa now on top, 13-0. Good first half tonight for the Papermakers. Jace Olsen on to attempt the point. And that was not blocked very well. I mean,
And the extra point is
in a
good.
line that time. And the kick in essence is blocked. So the conversion fails, but 10:04 to play now in the first half. Nekoosa up 13-0.
Oh, sorry.
So Nekoosa all set to kick it back now to Adams Friendship. Olsen with a pretty good kick, taken at about the 20-yard line. And a good return by Hunter Smith out across the 40, out across the 45 even.
Hunter Smith with the return.
So where are you going to mark the football?
Dylan Mills brought him down.
They're going to mark it at the 44, so about a 24-yard return for Smith. And Adams Friendship down by 13, but they've got good field position going for them here. Mentioned a minute ago, Nekoosa enjoying a good first half tonight. Well, you know, last week they could have easily won that ball game at Laconia, but the first half killed them. A turnover. Actually, 2 turnovers resulting in 2 scores for Laconia, and Nekoosa never really recovered from that. Nice run by Blasek as he rips through Nekoosa.
Blasek brought down by Keegan Colo.
Colo brings him down, but not till he rips off about 11.
Green Devils.
I think if Adams Friendship would stick to the ground game with Blasek, I think they'd maybe be a little bit better off than what they're doing offensively. Because Blasek has looked pretty darn good running the football. The other point I want to make is Nekoosa hasn't won here at Holland Field yet this year. 0-3, so this is, Nekoosa definitely wants this one. You want some good memories on your home field. Blasek, not this time.
Blasek.
Logan Cleary.
By Logan Cleary.
Nice job in the middle that time. Throws Blasek. I thought maybe for a loss, but they marked the ball pretty much at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Well, no, he did lose a yard, didn't he? Second down, about 11. Ball's at the 46. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Lamont. Good throw, good catch. First down yardage and more for number 37, Kyle Livingston.
With the reception.
Ran a nice little out. And he was wide open, and Lamont put the ball right on him.
First down, Adams.
About 20 yards on the throw. And now it's Adams Friendship knocking at the door. $8:46 to play in the half. A lot of football to play yet tonight. Lamont back to Blasek, and boy, Blasek had that, again, 5 yards downfield before he's even touched by anyone in blue.
Blasek brought down by Brandon Spice.
Left side of the Adams Friendship offensive line just wiped out Nekoosa that time. But you know who's on that left side over there? Good old Colin Bays. Again, 6'3", 315. He's the left tackle for Adams Friendship. I think maybe he could play a little college football. Looks like he moves pretty well. He certainly has the size. He is a senior. Lamont hesitates a bit, and he is drilled. Little quarterback draw that time, but Brandon Spice and Cole Caberly.
Lamont with the carry.
Actually, that was number 69.
Tackled by
Adrian
Cole Caberly.
Rodriguez and Cole Caberly on the stop that time. So Lamont's carried it a couple of times tonight, has nothing to show for it. 3rd and 8. Lamont, Blasek. Good tackle out there by Jace Olson, short gain.
On the reception, Jace
About
Olson
5 yards short of the first down stick. So unless Adams Friendship has a fine kicker, they'll be going for it here. Only about a 2-yard pickup on that throw. So the ball now resting at the 23-yard line. 4th and 7 for Adams Friendship. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Lamont looks left, tries the slant, and a nice play out there by Keegan Colo, I believe.
Papermakers take over on down.
It was Colo who anticipated that slant route by the receiver, and he got to the ball about the same time the receiver got to the ball. Nekoosa gets the ball back. Good play by Colo. Why, when you're a cornerback, you're sort of out there in an island. Either you make the play or you don't, and that time Colo did a fine job of making the play. So Nekoosa 1st and 10 now from the Adams Friendship. Make that their own 23-yard line. And before the play, before the snap, we have a penalty. And Nekoosa is going to be hit with another procedure penalty. They've had their share of pre-snap penalties tonight. So nice to have the band out here first time this year. You know, the other ball games that we were to anyway, we missed one home game in the middle of the season, but the early ball games, of course, the band wasn't out here because school wasn't even in session yet. Bills straight ahead. Got back to 5 yards, lost on the penalty.
Still in Bills with the carry, brought down by Logan Smith.
Logan Smith on the stop, as reported by Mr. Steve Bouchard, the PA announcer here at Holland Field. Boy, Steve's been doing that job for quite a few years, hasn't he? He does a fine job. 2nd and 10, the ball at the 23. Downfield, Bills cannot quite get there, as Olson had him out there, but overthrew him just by a tad. And another Adams Friendship player down on the field. 6:08 to play. First half, 13-0, Nekoosa. Injured player off the field. A little leg injury. Bad injury for Adams Friendship. That was Colin Bales? 79 Bays. The big guy who suffered that injury. Kyle Olson runs for his life and finds a receiver downfield. Nice job by Olson as he found Trent Waltenberg for about a 4 or 5 yard gain.
That brings up 4th down.
Problem is we ran out of downs. 4th down rolls around for Nekoosa. So at the 5:40 mark now, Nekoosa will punt it away. Jace Olson on to do the honors. 1 man back waiting for Olson's punt. He's stationed at about the 45-yard line. The AF 45-yard line. Good snap. Line drive kick, and that ball is going to roll inside the 40. Down at the 37. So about 36 yards on the punt by Olson. I tell you what, Coach Liebherr will take that every time. A net of 36 yards on a punt. So let's see how Adams Friendship's offense is impacted now by the loss of their big tackle. They're pretty fond of running the ball to that left side of that offensive line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. And man in motion, and they hand it off to Blasek, and boy, Adams Friendship does a fine job opening a hole there.
Brought down by Jace
As
Olson.
Blasek picked up about 7, but there is a flag on the play. And it's going to be a hold on the Green Devils.
The Green Devils.
Looks like the hold took place at about the 43. And they'll mark off the 10-yard penalty from there. So 2nd down at about 17 now coming up for the Green Devils. Make that 1st down and 17 as they replay the down. Lamont waits for his troops to get set. And the flat. Nice play on the ball by Waltenberg, intended for number 85, Elvin Parker. Second down. Boy, it's just turned into a great night for football, weather-wise. Enjoy it now, right? Rain on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Lamont. Downfield. Keegan Colo with a pick. Colo returns it inside the 40.
Keegan Colo with the interception.
And Nekoosa with their second turnover tonight. They've recovered a fumble and now intercepted a pass. The ball is intended for Kodlowski, and you know, Kodlowski never even turned around. He had his back to the quarterback running down the field, and Colo had his eyes in the backfield on the quarterback. So that made it an easy play for Colo. Heads up play by Keegan. He's having a pretty good first half. Big number 79, Colin Bays, back in the game now for Nekoosa. And we're going to get a penalty called by the back judge. That's sort of odd. It's going to be another participation penalty, this one against Adams Friendship. Maybe they have too many men on the field right now. They do. So they had 12 on the field. This number 85 exits. So Nekoosa gets a gift there. It's 1st and 5 now. The ball at the 31-yard line. Straight ahead. Bills carries a man inside the 25 down near the 20.
Papermaker, 1st down.
Braden Quinnell got on the back of Bills that time. And Dylan carried him about 5 yards. Clock running, 4:40 to play in the half. 1st and 10 from the 22. Lone back behind the quarterback is Bills. Anthony in motion, they run the reverse. Waltenberg turns it up. And Trent gets down inside the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him at about the 3. So a real good effort by Waltenberg.
First down.
Another injured player for Adams Friendship. So a timeout on the field, 4:21 to play in the half, 13-0, Papermakers. Nekoosa now, 1st and goal from the 4. Straight ahead, that's Anthony, I believe.
Brandon Anthony, the carrier.
And Brandon, short gain, got down to about the 2, so he got about half the yards. Nekoosa with 3 more shots now as 2nd down rolls around. Bazin on the stop for the Green Devils. Nekoosa looking for their 3rd score of this first half. Cole Caberly over the football. Kyle Olson barks out the signals. Keeps the football. Anthony in the corner. No, that's Brandon Wolf.
Kyle Olson hits Brandon Wolf.
Brandon Wolf, touchdown, Nekoosa. So Kyle hooks up with Brandon Wolf. 2 yards on the throw. And with 3:38 to play here in the first half, Nekoosa extends their lead now to 19-0. That was a nice throw that time by Olson. There was a defender out there, but he just lobbed it over the top of him nice and soft. And it was an easy catch for Brandon. Nekoosa's going to go for 2 here. Kyle kept the football, and he comes up short. So the conversion fails. 3:38 to play in the first half. Nekoosa 19, Adams Friendship nothing. As the touchdown song plays here at Highland Field, Nekoosa kicks it back to Adams Friendship. Short kick return near the 40-yard line by number 37, I believe that is Kyle Livingston. So still 3.5 minutes to play here in the half. Let's see if Adams Friendship goes to the air now. Still looking for their first points on the night. Two receivers right, one left from the shotgun. As Adams Friendship's been in the shotgun all night. They run it.
Waltenberg brings down Blazek.
Blazek with a short gain of about 2. Trent Waltenberg, Nekoosa linebacker, in on the stop. Halftime activities tonight will include the band, and we'll try to get some of that. We'll include that in our program tonight. And also, of course, the announcement of the King and the Queen. Of course, they were actually picked last night, but Nita and I are in the dark. We're not sure who the King and Queen are. So it's a news event for us. Lamont with a nice throw over a couple of Nekoosa defenders to Kotlowski.
Keegan Kotlowski with the reception.
And Kotlowski brought down at the 40-yard line, 19 yards on the throw. So Lamont's shown some good stuff here tonight. You know, he's just a junior quarterback, meaning he's got a year left. Not that he's just a junior, but he's playing well. He'll be even better next year. 2:44 to play, 1st and 10. They run it. someone other than Blasek, believe it or not. That's Hunter Smith. And he made a nice move. Good cut. Pick up about 9. They mark it at the 31.
Carried by Hunter Smith.
Clock continues to run. 2:20 to play in the half. Adams Friendship has all 3 timeouts remaining. And now I think we're going to see one of those timeouts. No, Nekoosa is going to take a timeout. 2:13 to play in the half. 19-0, Nekoosa. Second and 1. Ball at the 31. Before the snap. Offside, Adams Friendship. Well, a lot of those calls tonight. You would think game number 9 of the season, you'd have that stuff worked out, wouldn't you? Boys, this is how you line up on the ball. We're always going to go on 1. But now we've seen about 4 or 5 of those plays or penalties tonight, both teams. Second and about 6 now. Good pressure. Lamont goes down. Brandon Wolf was the first one there. And he forced the quarterback up in the pocket. Brandon Spice cleans up, gets the sack. And Adams Friendship heading in the wrong direction. So they've gone from second and less than 1 now to 3rd and 10. And the clock continues to run, 1:45 to play. First half. Two receivers left, make that even 3 receivers left, 1 right. Blasek, the back next to the quarterback. Lamont makes a good cut and almost got out of there. Brandon Wolf chased him down short of the marker. A little help too from number 68.
That'll bring up 4th down.
Logan Clary, who managed to get a hand on the shirt of the quarterback, which enabled Wolf to get to him. Clock continuing to run. I'm surprised Adams Friendship has not used one of their timeouts yet. 50 seconds to play in the half. 4th down and about 6. Down the middle, got a man. Did he catch the football? He did. That was a nice grab by number 37, Livingston.
First down, Adams Friendship.
He was wide open, but Lamont put the ball behind him. And Livingston made a nice adjustment to catch that football. Adams Friendship gets a timeout. 41 seconds to play in the half. So Adams Friendship now down to 2 timeouts. 41 seconds to play. 1st and 10 from the 24. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Screen pass. Blasek dropped it. Didn't look like it was set up real well.
Receiver passing complete.
So there's a bunch of folks standing around where Blasek dropped the ball. Blue shirts and white shirts. "36 seconds to play in the half. Clock is stopped right now, 2nd and 10. Lamont got a man. Oh, not a good throw. Boy, he had somebody wide open down there. Who is that?
Logan Smith was the intended
Logan
receiver.
Smith was open, and it looked like he was going to make the catch, and all of a sudden he tried to adjust to the ball, which was evidently thrown behind him. So Nekoosa catches a break there, 3rd down and 10. 31 seconds to play in the half. Lamont goes back to that same area, and this time he's almost picked as Trent Waltenberg with good coverage. And again, trying to get the ball to Smith.
Broken up by Trent Waltenberg.
Waltenberg had the best chance at pulling that ball in by far that time. Fourth down, 25 seconds to play in the half. Nekoosa needs a stop right here. Lamont down the middle. A fine catch made in the end zone for an Adams Friendship touchdown. Number 20, I believe,
Touchdown, Green Devils.
Logan Smith. And that was a fingertip grab.
The pass was caught by Logan Smith.
He was able to pull it back into his body, and it's 19-6 now with 20 seconds to play in the half. Another AF injured player on the field. So on to attempt the point now, number 27, Hunter Smith, guy who just scored the touchdown. Looks like the holder is number 51, Nicholas Engel. You don't see too many linemen or linebackers holders, but it works for Adams Friendship.
And the extra point is good.
20 seconds to play in a half. It's now Nekoosa 19 and Adams Friendship 7. Number 27, Hunter Smith. Logan Smith caught the touchdown pass, by the way, a few minutes ago. Hunter Smith kicked the extra point, and Hunter Smith kicks off now to Nekoosa. Little squib kick heading toward the sideline. Brandon Wolf falls on it at about the 30. So Nekoosa will start from there. Only 20 seconds left in the half. I would think Nekoosa is just going to take a knee. But you never know. And by the way, taking a knee gets me thinking about the national anthem tonight. I'm happy to report that when the choir sang the national anthem tonight, not one knee taken by anybody here at Holland Field. Which is good. First and 10 from the 29. Nekoosa does run the football. Bills, short gain, and Nekoosa takes a timeout.
The Bills to carry, timeout.
Their last timeout. So I'm not sure what Nekoosa has planned here. It's only 14 seconds to play in the half. And Nekoosa a long ways from scoring position. As we mentioned earlier, Nekoosa will play again next Friday night if, and only if, they win this ball game tonight. And Nekoosa will be WIAA playoff bound next week with a win. And their opponent will be announced this weekend. The only thing we know for sure is Nekoosa will be playing a very good team, a high seed. And they will be playing that high seed on the road. So, but it's still an accomplishment. You know, it's one of your goals as a high school football team, of course, in the state of Wisconsin to make the WIAA playoffs. And Nekoosa can accomplish that tonight. 2nd and 5. Nekoosa with a shotgun formation. Now is Kyle Olson with a single back behind him. And Kyle throws a little slant to Jace Loebner. Jace with a good catch, and he's out to midfield. Nekoosa's now out of timeouts, and I believe there's, 9.4 seconds to play. So the clock will run as soon as they get the ball set here, the chain set. And again, Kyle Olson from the shotgun. Clock running. Kyle throws it downfield, nothing but white shirts. Should have been picked, but it was not, as number 23, Tegan Kotlowski, had that ball go right through his hands. And with that play, the first half comes to an end. We played 2 quarters here tonight at Holland Field. Our score, Nekoosa 19 and Adams Friendship 7. Adams Friendship has it teed off, and they are ready to start the second half. Onside kick, and it's a good one. Brandon Wolf scurries to the ball and does a nice job recovering it for Nekoosa at the Papermaker 37-yard line. Boy, you missed a great halftime here at Holland Field. We had the band, we had the homecoming court. We had a little entertainment in the stands as some of the students were showing us their fine moves to Steve Bouchard's tunes. It's a lot of fun out here at Holland Field this October night. Of course, it makes it more fun with Nekoosa on top, as they are. 1st and 10 for the Papermakers from the 36. They run it straight ahead with Dylan Bills, and Dylan breaks a tackle. He's got a first down, 12 yards on the carry, out to about the 47-yard line. Got to get that guy going. Adams Friendship has done a pretty good job of controlling him thus far. Nekoosa quickly to the line of scrimmage now. They're waiting for the chains to move across the way. Kyle Olson gives it to Bills again off the left side. Short gain this time.
Bills brought down by Stephen Narat.
As number 26, Stephen Narat, makes the stop there. 2nd and 8. Again, no huddle for Nekoosa. Straight ahead, Waltenberg. He's wrapped up by the big guy. Colin Bays on the stop, but not until Trent picked up about 7. Again, no huddle. Nekoosa 3rd and a long 1. Ball at the 44-yard line. Good play in the backfield. Braden Quinnell puts down Brandon Anthony for about a 5-yard loss, and Nekoosa now has a decision to make. Do they punt the football from midfield, or they go for it on 4th and about 7? Adams Friendship gets a stop here. That could change a little momentum in this ball game. Green Devils scored late in the half, and then would get the ball right at midfield here early in the second half. From the shotgun, Kyle scrambles out of trouble, finds a man, and a good catch by Brandon Wolf. First down, Nekoosa.
Made by Brandon Wolf.
Ball's at the 40-yard line. He needed to get to the 42. And a very nice job that time by the Nekoosa quarterback. Kyle really kept his composure that time. Ended up rolling out of the pocket and making a good throw. 1st and 10. Bills. He's hit right away that time. Hit high, as a matter of fact, by number 85, Elvin Parker.
Brings down Dylan Bills.
Engel also in on the stop. Gain of about, I'd say about a foot. 2nd and 10. Weather remains good. A little more fog rolling into the field area here. But right now we can see pretty darn clearly. Anthony got outside, stepped out of bounds, short of the first down.
Anthony gets pushed out of bounds by Hunter Smith.
A little deception on that play. And for about the 5th time tonight, we've got Adams Friendship player down. 9:41 to play, 3rd quarter. Injured player off the field for Adams Friendship. I think we're going to see him again. Just the wind knocked out of him. 3rd down and 2 now for Nekoosa from the 32-yard line. Waltenberg on a little crossbuck and a big hole off that left side. Trent's got the first down easily.
Another Papermaker first down.
Good call by the Nekoosa bench and head coach Paul Liebherr. Nekoosa moving the football here to start the second half. First and 10 from the 25. Bills. Looked like he tripped over blocker's legs that time. He's trying to go behind Broder. And I think they got their legs tangled up. Bills dove for about 2. Second down. Two receivers right, two receivers left, a single back behind the quarterback. Olsen running away from trouble. Got downfield but got hit. Got hit hard by Colin Bays. Well, Colin Bays runs well for a 300-pounder. I wonder if he's a wrestler. He's a Mike Webb type of player, don't you think? A big kid who's very athletic and can tell a good story. Third down and 7 now for Nekoosa. Ah, yes, I remember Mike Webb out of this football field. More on him in a second. Nekoosa with another pre-snap penalty. And is that a delay or illegal substitution? I'm not sure. Mike Webb, his senior year, Mike was a big guy. Probably about 280, 270. And he was a state wrestling champion back in the early 70s. And a heck of a football player. He went on to play at either Utah or Utah State at least a year or two. But yeah, he played his senior year with a separated shoulder. And to get him on the field, they taped his the arm that had the separation on it to his side. So he, in essence, he went out and played with one arm. And boy, was he effective with one arm. He's a heck of a football player. Kyle down the field, throws into traffic, and Wolf came away with the ball. But they're going to say they hit the ground before Brandon got it in his grasp. So fourth down rolling around now for Nekoosa. Nekoosa will go for it here on fourth down. The ball's positioned at the 28. They need to get down to the 16 to extend this drive. Brandon Wolf lines up right. Jace Loebner left. And Nekoosa is going to take a timeout. 7:14 to play here in the third quarter. So Nekoosa ready for a big play. They need 12 yards on fourth down. Two receivers right, two left. Man in motion is Anthony. And another pre-snap penalty. And I think they're going to call this one on Anthony, that he was moving forward while he was in motion. Oh boy, yeah, these line officials tonight have been tough. Been tough on both teams. They've earned their pay. They've gotten their flags quite wet because they've been on the grass quite a bit tonight. So now Nekoosa with even a tougher task. They need 17 on fourth down, the ball at the 33. Olsen directing traffic out there. Let's see if Nekoosa can get the ball snapped without penalty, and the answer is no. And now we're getting a procedure penalty called by the umpire. So one of the internal linemen for Nekoosa moved before the snap. You know, it's getting to the point where Nekoosa maybe just think about punting the football. They can either give the ball to Adams Friendship at the 37-yard line, where it is right now, or they could punt the ball and try to pin them back. But odds of getting a first down here on 4th and 22, not good. But they'll go. Hey, they got a clean snap. Oh, Olsen lost the ball, kicks it, picks it up, Chucks it downfield and incomplete, intended for Waltenberg. So not a good last 5 minutes for the Nekoosa offense. One error after another, and then the fumble caps it off. And Adams Friendship does get the football at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. 7:05 to play now here in the third quarter. No scoring to report here in the third. Lamont at quarterback. Hands it off on 1st down, and a huge hole straight up the middle. About 12 yards on the carry for Blazik, and Blazik stays down after the run. And we're going to have another injury timeout. 6:59 to play in the third. No, we've had a lot of pre-snap penalties tonight, and we have had a lot of injured players tonight. Nothing serious, thankfully, but a lot of interruptions tonight for down players. 1st and 10. Good throw. Good catch. 1st down yardage for number 23, Tegan Kotlowski.
Kotlowski was the receiver.
Boy, Cole Lamont's had a nice night. Made a few mistakes, maybe, but boy, he's done a nice job of throwing the football. Green Devils 1st and 10 at Nekoosa 40. Lamont's going to keep it, and that's his biggest run of the night. We get a flag in at the end. I think we're going to get a face mask on Nekoosa. So that 3-yard run is going to turn into something much bigger. And again, the mistakes continue to hurt Nekoosa.
Penalty is indicated against the papermaker.
Personal foul, so I'm assuming that's 15 yards, but we'll find out. We're going to mark it off from the 37. And they're going to mark it down to the 22. 1st down for Adams Friendship. Green Devils quickly up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers right, 2 left. And again, quarterback keeps the football. And this time, Lamont with a good gain, as he's close to another 1st down before he steps out of bounds. They're going to mark him just short.
Hey, get those 50-50 tickets out, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to be second.
$170.
Second and less than 1.
It's finally starting to loosen up your wallet.
Again, spread formation. They run it. Not much there for Braden Quinnell, as Trent Waltenberg hit him high and wrestled him to the ground. Let's check out, like I say he actually lost a little bit on the play. So now it's a 3rd and a long one for the Green Devils. And Adams Friendship is going to take a timeout. 5:41 to play, third quarter, 19-7, Nekoosa. So, both teams now with 2 timeouts remaining the rest of the night. Adams Friendship 3rd and a long one. Another pre-snap penalty.
Penalty on the field.
Wow. What a night, huh?
Are you counting these penalties?
No, I don't count penalties. I should have tonight, though, because we might have a new record for pre-snap penalties tonight. This one on Adams Friendship.
50-50 tickets out, ladies and gentlemen.
So Adams Friendship has gone from a 2nd and a foot to a 2nd and a long one to a 3rd and 6. Ball is at the 18-yard line. And Nekoosa may have jumped offside that time. They did. Cole Caberly. Not to name names, but that was a rare exception where the offense goes on 2. So we're back to third and a long 1 now. I'm just excited that they're going to run a play here. So there's a clean snap. Blasek brought down short of the first down. He did pick up positive yardage, but only probably about a half yard. So now it's fourth. Fourth down and about a half yard. Actually, they marked it back a little bit. It's still fourth and a yard, and it'd be a long yard. So really no gain at all on that last play. From the 12. Blasek. He's hit, he's wrapped up, he's pulled back, and I think he's short. Brandon Wolf in the middle of that pile. Brandon Spice in the middle of that pile. Cole Caberly in the middle of that pile. So the Nekoosa defense stiffens.
A team effort stops them.
And holds Adams Friendships on downs. And the Papermakers get the ball back. They're going to mark it at the 14-yard line. First and 10, Papermakers.
2568. If that you've got that ticket, I believe they are down by the concession stand.
Let's see if Nekoosa can move the football now. Pre-snap penalty. Offside Nekoosa. I just cannot believe how we can be offside so many times. I don't get it. They're not procedure penalties. They're offside penalties.
You can pick up your apparel prize down at the concession stand.
But Nekoosa's had a bunch of them. By both teams, I bet you have had a half a dozen pre-snap penalties tonight. Which does not add to the entertainment value of the football game. First and 15. They run it. Short game, Brandon Wolf. Dylan Bills.
All right, we got 8 prizes.
No, that was Waltenberg on the carry.
Scott Arndt, Alan Goodness.
And I think Trent maybe picked up a couple.
And Tammy Loebner to start off.
Second down and 15. No gain on the previous play. They run the left side. A little more room there for Bills.
Dylan Bills with that carry. And then the next 4, Michael Shearer, Beth.
Nice play by Nicholas Engel that time.
And Chris
If he doesn't make that play,
I called your name.
Bills has a big game.
To pick up your apparel prize right down at the concession stand. Thank you.
So now Nekoosa quickly third and long, 3rd and 13. They need to get up to the 24-yard line. Spread formation. Collision in the backfield. Little screen pass. Dylan Bills gets what he can out to the 22. Make that the 21. He's still about 3 yards short. Nekoosa will have to punt the football. Yeah, that play didn't run too smoothly either, as the quarterback Olsen ran into a running back to start the play, but still was able to get the ball off to Bills for the catch and run. Jace Olsen on to punt it. Good snap. End over end line drive punt taken at midfield. Look out here. Tegan Kutlowski returns it back inside the 30.
But
there is a flag back at the 42.
I'm going to fly through those names one more time, ladies and gentlemen.
And that'll probably be a hold in the block in the back or a hold.
Logner, Michael Shear, Beth Schaefbauer, Roger Smith, and Chris Goodness. Again, thank you for everyone who signed up.
But we have had so many penalties tonight. So they marked the penalty off from the 42. It's going to put Adams Friendship back in their own territory. And they will start at the 48-yard line. .236 to play. And a whistle again before start of the play. And the officials want to talk it over as to maybe the placement of the ball. They pick it up, and the ball's actually in the right spot because the flag was lying at the 42 before. So I'm not sure what the heck they're going to do with the football. Oh, they're going to change the footballs. So each team has their own football. First and 10 from the 48. 3 receivers left. They run left. Big collision there.
A.J. Blazek met by
As Dylan Bills came up out of the secondary and put Blazek down after a yard. And he put him down with a little bit of pizzazz that time. Hit him hard. Quite a collision. I think Bills felt that too. Second and 9 from the 49. Lamont puts it out there. And a flag comes out late. The ball was intended for Kotlowski, I think.
Flag on the play.
And Jace Olson was in coverage, and I think they're going to say that Jace Olson was holding the receiver or preventing the receiver from getting to the football. They're going to call an interference penalty on Nekoosa. And that's a 15-yard penalty in high school football from the line of scrimmage. So it'll be a first down. Ball marked down to the 36-yard line. Adams Friendship's had Nekoosa on the ropes more than once here in the second half. They have controlled the second half. We played most of the second half on the Nekoosa end of the field. First and 10. They run it. Inside the 25 goes Braden Quinnell. Brandon Wolf brings him down, but not till Quinnell picks up 12. You can see this Adams Friendship team just picking up a little bit more confidence almost with every possession. They know they can move the football. Their biggest problem tonight has been consistency, finishing drives. First and 10 from the 24. Blazek found a little hole there on the left side. Got it down near the 20. Make that near the near the 20.
Logan Cleary in on the tackle.
Big Logan Cleary in on the tackle for Nekoosa. 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. Second down and 8. Lasik got some room. He turned that in where I think maybe he would have got better yardage turning it out. But still inside the 15, close to a first down. Colo in on the stop. They're going to say he's about a yard short. So third and about a foot. Are they going to measure? Nope, now they're saying it's a first down. The spot I saw by the official across the way had him in front of the stick, but first down. Clock running, 25 seconds to play in the third. First and 10, the ball's at the 14-yard line. Pre-snap penalty. This time a procedure call on Adams Friendship. What can I say? I think they're going to start the clock again if they ever figure out where they're going to put the ball. They haven't marked the ball for play yet. I'm not sure what they're waiting on. Now they start the clock. Adams Friendship may get this play off. We're down to 3 seconds, though. And that whistle,
And that's the end of the quarter.
believe it or not, is not a penalty, but the end of the third quarter. We played 3. Still Nekoosa 19, Adams Friendship 7. Fourth quarter will probably begin now, unless we have a pre-snap penalty. First down and 15 from the 19. Good coverage by Nekoosa that time. Lamont really couldn't find anybody to throw the ball to. I pretty much just threw that one away.
Alvin Parker was the intended receiver.
Second down now, and about, well, a second and 15. You might be able to see some of the fog gathering on that end of the field right now. Shouldn't matter. Visibility is still good for these 18-year-old eyes. Not my 18-year-old eyes, those players out there, the 18-year-old eyes. Second and 15. Chase Olson, outstanding play. Interception for Nekoosa.
Chase Olson with a one-handed interception.
Olson dropping back into coverage, was able to get one hand on the football and then pull it into his body. An outstanding catch and play by Chase Olson. A leading tackler for this Nekoosa team. And not bad in pass coverage either, huh? So Nekoosa with a big turnover. That's what, their third or fourth of the night. A couple of interceptions, one fumble, maybe their third of the night. Now they got to get the ball out of there. They're at the their own 4-yard line, first and 10. Let's get that running game going. They pitch it. Bills, I believe, dives down that left sideline and gets out to about the 10. So it's a good game.
Bills gets pushed out of bounds by Kyle Livingston.
5+ yards on first down. We'll take that every play. Nekoosa needs to get stick together some good plays and start moving the chains and running some clock. Inside counter play. Hole was there, but met nicely in that hole by number 20, Logan Smith, as he put Waltenberg down.
Trent Waltenberg was the carrier, but there's a flag on the play.
Looks like no gain on the play, or there's a flag on the play. That's the deal. That's why they haven't moved the stick. I think Trent probably picked up about 3 on the play, but looks like a holding penalty coming up on Nekoosa. And it is. They're going to mark it off half the distance to the goal, and we'll replay second down. Second and 8. Clock should be running, but it's not. Seen that a couple of times tonight. Quick throw. And a completion from Olsen to, is that Anthony? No, that's Brandon Wolf.
Brandon Wolf on the reception.
And Brandon taking down just about a yard short of the stick. So Nekoosa with good manageable third down here. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. The ball is at the 15-yard line. I can't remember Nekoosa's last first down. Maybe they don't even have one here in the second half. They got one now. Good run by Bills, I believe. They finally blow the whistle, my goodness. No, it was Waltenberg.
Waltenberg.
With a nice run.
Papermaker, first down.
And for about the 6th time tonight, we have a Green Devil down on the field. Timeout, 10:46 to play, 19-7, Nekoosa. So now Nekoosa 1st and 10 from the 24. Little counterplay. Waltenberg popped out of bounds after a gain of about 3. And again, the clock stops because of a player going out of bounds.
Pushed out of bounds by Narod.
It's been the longest football game of the year tonight, that's for certain. People are getting their money's worth, right? You get to sit out here for 2.5 hours, maybe 3. 2nd and 6. Anthony to the right. Can't really turn it up, though. And he might have lost yardage on that one.
Brandon Anthony gets brought down by Daniel Emlin-Duran.
The sticks do not move, so no gain on the play. And Nekoosa facing a 3rd down now as we hit the 10-minute mark of this 4th quarter. And the fog getting just a tad thicker. Adams Friendship jumps. I believe they are offside. They are. So, 5 yards in the right direction. Nekoosa's 3rd down a little bit easier now, as they only need 2 yards to move the sticks. Quickly to the line of scrimmage, everybody tight. Didn't get it. No gain, maybe a loss of a foot or 2. I'm not sure who carried the football that time even. 4th down, Nekoosa's got to punt it here. They can't risk turning the ball over at the 33-yard line. So the Papermakers do get 1 first down on this drive. Good punt for Nekoosa as Olsen hit it low. No return, down at the 35-yard line. So, again, fair exchange, 32 yards net on the punt. And now Nekoosa Has to get a good defensive stand going again. Adams Friendship with a pretty good field cover now, 65 yards from pay dirt. And the clock in Nekoosa's favor. It's 8:31 to play in the game. Same formations we've seen all night from Adams Friendship. And a run we've seen all night from Adams Friendship as Blasek taken down after a short gain.
Gets stood up by Cole Taberly.
Nekoosa's really done a nice job on Blasek here in the second half. If anything, Braden Quinnell has been more of a thorn in the running back position for Nekoosa than Blasek here in the second half. Second and about 8. Lamont, poor pass there. He did have a man open in Elvin Parker, but threw the ball at Parker's feet. Third down. $7:49 to play now in the game. From the 37, third down and 8. Little slant. It was a good throw that time, but the receiver could not hold on as Lamont put it where he needed to. But number 23, Kodlowski, couldn't pull it in. Now, decision time for Adams Friendship. Do they go here? And I think the answer is going to be yes, they do. Remember, their quarterback, Lamont, is also their punter. So they could line up in punt formation. They won't even do that. Straight offense. Fourth down and 8 from the 37. Man is open, but the ball is behind him. And Nekoosa holds on down. And now the Papermakers with some handsome field position as they'll have the ball at the Adams Friendship 37-yard line. Kyle Livingston was open that time, but Lamont, for whatever reason, threw the ball behind him. I don't know if it was the route that Livingston ran that was incorrect or the quarterback was wrong and where he thought he should throw the football. Either way, Nekoosa with it now. Nekoosa in the shotgun on first down. And they throw it wide open as Brandon Wolf. And Brandon fights his way for a first down, I believe.
Brandon Wolf on the reception, brought down by Keegan.
10 yards on the throw. And will it move the chains is the question. It will.
Papermaker, first down.
And again, Nekoosa quickly up to the line of scrimmage. I've seen this a couple of times tonight. Again, the shotgun formation. And again, a quick throw. Jay Slobner. He's got a nice pickup inside the 20. By both those receivers, Lobner and Wolf on the last two plays, wide open out in the flat. Second and 2. Ball position at the 19-yard line. Shotgun again. Another quick throw. And Brandon Wolf dropped that one, and that would have been for 6. He did have a defender cross in front of him. And that defender did not touch the ball, I don't think. But he did distract the receiver, Wolf. Incomplete pass. So now third down for Nekoosa. And again, the shotgun formation. Olsen trying to get the ball to Wolf. And they just didn't sync up that time as the ball was thrown behind Wolf. So now 4th down. Nekoosa hasn't taken much time off the clock with this little drive. Still 7:05 to play. And they need 2 yards here on 4th down to keep the ball. Under center this time is Olson. He had Wolf open. Not a good throw. Adams Friendship with the football. So sputtering offenses here in the second half for both teams. It's been a struggle for each team offensively here in the second half. And a few missed opportunities for each team. So the Green Devils with it. There's still 7:02 to play. And they have it at the Nekoosa, make it their own 19-yard line. They've got a long field, but there's a lot of time left in this game. One big play can change this in a hurry. Quarterback keeps it. Nothing there. Trent Waltenberg puts down Lamont for a loss of about 2. Adams Friendship taking their time in the huddle. Sort of interesting. The team that's behind by 12 takes their time in the huddle. Nekoosa up by 12. No huddle. Lamont. Little slant. Good catch. Good hit by Woods. And it was a good catch by number 85, Elvin Parker.
Elvin Parker was the receiver. First hit by Dane Woods.
About 7 yards on the catch. 3rd down coming up. 3rd down and still about 5 to go for Adams Friendship. We're under 6 minutes now. 5:50 to play in the game. Lamont again throws that slant, and that's a nice catch. And a 1st down for number 23, Tegan Kodlowski.
Tegan Kodlowski with the reception.
That was a gut check.
1st down, Adams Friendship.
Catch right there. Because Kozlowski, pretty sure that he was going to get hit. But he maintained his concentration and made a good grab. From the 32 now, 1st and 10. Lamont under pressure. Wolf missed him. Lamont down the field. Picked off. Jace Olson again. Jace back in Adams Friendship territory. Brought down at the 42-yard line. Boy, Jace Olson having a big night tonight. Nekoosa senior having a fine game in his last year at Holland Field. Could sense a little desperation that time in Cole Lamont, as he knows he's got to get the ball downfield, take some chances, and that's exactly what he did there. And good coverage behind the Nekoosa secondary. 1st and 10 from the 42. Bills to the 35. Good run. Nice blocking on that right side.
Dylan Bills gets ridden down by Nicholas Engel.
Nekoosa again not wasting any time in the huddle. Up to the line of scrimmage already. 2nd down and about 4. Bills again. Good run inside the 30. Boy, Bill stayed low that time, just kept driving the legs. And who knows, maybe this Adams Friendship defense is starting to get a little tired. 4:36 to play. Clock is running. 1st and 10. Bills again, quick hitter. Nice job of handling the football back there by Kyle Olson. Dillon picked up about 6 on the play, and now Nekoosa starting to move the ball on the ground finally. 4 minutes to play in the game, 2nd down and about 5. Bills, good move at the line of scrimmage. Into the secondary, Dillon Bills brought down inside the 5 to about the 1, or at about the 1.
1st and goal for the Papermakers.
So all of a sudden, Dillon Bills becoming a factor in this game.
And there is a timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field, 3:41 to play. So Nekoosa, 1st and goal. I believe the ball's at the 7-yard line, not the 1. Fumble a snap. And Kyle Olson moves it forward, I believe, a bit.
Smith brings down Kyle Olson.
At about the 5-yard line. Now Nekoosa taking some time. 3:10 to play in the game. 2nd and goal from the 5. Dillon Bills. It's got a touchdown, but
There's a flag on the play.
of course there's a flag on the play. And that's going to be a hold on Nekoosa. So take that one off the board. They're going to move it back 10 yards. Clock running, or it should be running again. I don't know how many times tonight I've seen the referee crank that arm saying start the clock, and the clock doesn't move. 2:52 to play. Kyle Olson. Found a receiver. Touchdown, Nekoosa. Who was that masked man? Dillon Bills.
Dillon Bills with a touchdown reception.
13 yards. Kyle Olson to Dillon Bills. Nekoosa finally on the board here in the 2nd half. They now lead 25-7 with 2:39 to play. Jace Olson on to attempt the point. And that one is going to be hit to the left.
No good.
The conversion fails. 2:39 to play in the game. It's now Nekoosa 25, Adams Friendship 7. It's a foggy night in Nekoosa, Wisconsin, but it's a happy one. Nekoosa up 25-7 late in the 4th quarter. Jace Olson to the 25. Smith on the return, out to the 40.
Hunter Smith on the return.
So Hunter Smith with another good return.
Tackle made by Evan Broder.
Evan Broder brings him down there. And now the task for Adams Friendship even tougher than it was before. Down what? Let me do the math. 18 points and only 2:30 to play. So Nekoosa looking past here, no doubt about it. And Adams Friendship, knowing they have to get the ball down the field in a hurry. And of course, I'm right again as they run the football. Blasek for about 5. You know, Blasek really takes some shots. He's not a real big guy. Let's see, listed here. He's only a freshman, number 1, 5'10", 160, and I think that's a stretch. Both height and weight. But he is only a freshman, so oh boy, that kid's going to be a lot of potential in the next 3 years. As a matter of fact, looking at their roster for Adams Friendship, they have quite a few players that are just freshmen in high school. Quinnell, a junior, picks up 2. So Adams Friendship content maybe just to work on the running game the rest of the season for them. As Adams Friendship will not be in the playoffs, of course. They're going to go without a win this year, except for that forfeit win over Westfield. Minute 20 to play. 3rd down and about 4. Lamont. Good throw. Smith on the catch. Breaks a tackle. Next, Livingston, excuse me. Livingston showing some grit there. Makes a good catch. And a tough run down to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10, Green Devils. To the air. Another completion for Lamont. Another 1st down for Adams Friendship. So no quit in this football team. I believe that was Smith. Hunter Smith with the catch. Clock running, 40 seconds to play. 1st and 10 from the 25. Lamont down the middle. And that was almost picked by, I believe that's Kyle Olson back there. It is. Something we haven't seen all year. So both Jason and Kyle out there as safeties right now for Nekoosa with 36 seconds left to play. I believe Nekoosa took that timeout. I think the coaches are trying to get as many players into the game as they can, especially seniors right now, with only a few plays left in this ball game. Livingston. Brandon Spice in on the stop. Excuse me, along with Jace Olson.
Jason Loebner in on the tackle, along with Brandon Spice.
About 6 yards on the play. Clock running, we're down to 15 seconds. Lamont. Oh, almost picked that time by, again, Kyle Olson. I think Kyle Olson is enjoying his stint out there as a safety tonight. So telling Jace, if Jace can pick off a couple of throws, Kyle can too, right? We're down to our last play of the night. 2.4 seconds to play. 4th down for Adams Friendship. And about 4 to go from the 19. Lamont's got a man. Incomplete, though. Jace Olson on the coverage. And that's the ball game here at Holland Field tonight. Nekoosa needs a win to get into the playoffs. They got to win. They top Adams Friendship 25-7. And with the win, Nekoosa finishes 3-2 in the South Central Conference play. And that gets them into playoff action next Friday night. Again, the opponent will be announced this weekend. And that ball game will not be played in Nekoosa, but at a high seed opponent on the road. With the loss, Adams Friendship now finishes with a 1-4 conference mark with that one win. being a paper win, a default or a forfeit to Westfield. So our congratulations goes out to Paul Liebherr and the Nekoosa football team, especially the seniors on their last night here at Holland Field. And we wish them well next week against their playoff opponent. And we've enjoyed seeing them throughout the football season. Tonight, well, the stars are the Olsen boys, really. Kyle Olsen, 3 touchdown passes. 1 to Bills, 1 to Wolf, and another one to Dylan Bills. And defensively, Jace Olsen with a big night. He picks off a couple of throws. In on quite a few stops. So a good all-around night for the Olsen family. Nekoosa with other outstanding performances as well on both sides of the football. Just an all-around good win for Nekoosa here at Holland Field. So that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. I want to thank Nita Kirst for her fine work on the camera. My name is Tom Kirst. I want to thank you for joining us this football season. Basketball season coming up soon. Hope to see you then. Good night.